not finished past his best. I'm a no-filter kind of guy. I love my son, but there's too many people patting him on the back and telling him he's Tarzan when he's not Tarzan. He's been gone Tyson since the Deontay Wilder fights. It's finished Wilder completely. Done him. He's not got a leg underneath him.
The only relevance that John Fury has is Tyson Fury's dad. So with due respect to the circumstance, if you want to repair your relationship with your son, the best thing you probably should be doing is interviews with newspapers about it. For me, I always question that. I always think that's an unpalatable circumstance. That's making it about you. If you want to repair your private relationships, you repair them in private, not in the public domain.
Education. And don't forget who built his story when he was a kid. He didn't build it himself, did he? Me, his father. And he hasn't showed me enough respect to say, you know what, my dad could be right.
Is that repairable, John, that relationship?
John Fury destroys Tyson Fury. After broken relationship, and this is getting seriously ugly. John Fury isn't just disappointed, he's calling out his own son like a rival, claiming he built Tyson Fury from nothing. The respect is gone, the emotions are raw, and now it's turned into a full-blown public feud. This isn't family talk anymore, this is war.
I have respect when it's needed. Keep going. I don't need you. I don't need him in millions. I need nothing off him. I wish him well, but he's put those people before me, his blood father. That's hurt me like you can believe. So,
Shane McGuigan suggests Tyson Fury may have used his dad as controlled chaos in the camp, and that alone adds a whole new layer to this fallout. Shane McGuigan is basically hinting that Tyson Fury relied on John Fury not just for support, but for pressure, noise, and unpredictability. But if that dynamic is now gone, Tyson's environment changes completely, and that could either sharpen his focus or expose cracks at the worst possible moments.
Tyson, I think, used his dad to keep him involved and as a infiltrator, you know, someone that can shout and scream and cause a bit of chaos and unrest, you know. And I think like he doesn't need that in this fight, so he might make a U-turn when
John Fury doesn't hold back and completely unloads on Tyson Fury, making it clear he wants nothing to do with him or his success. John Fury rejects the money and even questions Tyson's comeback, suggesting he's not the same fighter anymore. For him, this return feels like a mistake, and right now, this is more than anger. It's
a lot of it. Same squad, same bullshit.
You're not part of this training camp, are you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I said, if you have him, that sugar, I'm no filter. I said, I'm gone.
But what is it about sugar?
He's no good.
Tactically,
he's useless. Everybody's been in the corner. He got beat. He's been gone Tyson since the Deontay Wilder fights. It's finished Wilder completely. He's took a lot away from Tyson. Magmadov. This is a problem. I'm the first one to say it, because all them out there, they don't pay enough attention to detail, Spencer.
It's a high-risk fight for him, isn't it?
Not what I'd have done. Look at Usyk. Usyk saying, I'm 39-year-old on an easy time. He's picked Rico Van Over.
Yeah.
Man's not a boxer. I'm getting well paid for Rico, keeping my name out there. It's an easy fight. Even if Tyson wins this, it's 12 rounds.
Tyson Fury speaks with complete honesty about his mindset, and it's clear he operates in his own world. His comments reflect a very isolated approach, keeping a tight circle, avoiding distractions, and shutting out outside noise. This kind of mentality can be both a strength and a risk. On one hand, it helps him stay focused and mentally locked in, but on the other, it may also explain why tensions, like the one with John Fury, have escalated without resolution.
I don't have people around me, never have and I never will. Because I'm a psychopath. I can't have a million people around me because it doesn't work. I just have the same old people I've always knew, that's it. I'm not interested in making new friends, I'm not interested in what the next man's got, I'm not interested in what the next door neighbour's doing, don't care. Keep yourself to me.
Duke McKenzie questions the legacy of Tyson Fury, stating that comparing him to a legend like Muhammad Ali is unfair when you look at the resume. Duke McKenzie acknowledges Fury's popularity, but emphasizes that greatness isn't just about fan support, it's about proven achievements at the highest level. His argument adds more fuel to the debate about where Fury truly...
Obviously, Fury's got his own fans and people that think that he is a legend, and one thing and another. Well, that's all well and good. But you've got to look at his resume, it doesn't stack up. Not to the great fighters. It doesn't stack up.
Shane Fury reflects on the bigger picture of life after success, suggesting that for a fighter like Tyson, Shane Fury reflects on the bigger picture of life after success, suggesting that for a fighter like Tyson Fury, motivation becomes harder once everything has already been achieved. Shane Fury highlights the idea that material success, travel, and luxury can eventually lose meaning, leaving a void that even elite athletes struggle to fill. This raises a deeper question when a fighter has already conquered the sport. What truly drives them to keep going?
There's nothing more left in life for these boxers. When these great boxers, what's completed the game and they've got everything, what else could Tyson do? You know, there's only so much yachts and sailing, and there's only so much flying on holidays, and there's only so much fucking whatever a normal person thinks is good you can do.
Picks up the concerns and adds more weight to the argument surrounding Tyson Fury, suggesting that John Fury might actually be right about his own son. The idea that Tyson isn't the same fighter anymore points towards the physical and mental toll of the Wilder trilogies, which many believe changed him permanently. This isn't just criticism, it's growing consensus that his prime version may already be behind him, raising real doubts about this comeback.
But he's saying that Tyson isn't himself anymore. And I tend to agree with John Fury. He's certainly not at his best anymore. I mean, how could he be after everything he's been through and stuff like that? So I tend to agree with that, right? But he was saying words to the effect of that the Wilder trilogies.
Fraser Clark offers a more balanced perspective on Tyson Fury, acknowledging John Fury's concerns while still leaving room for redemption. His point is simple: John knows his son better than anyone, and if he sees a decline, there must be some truth to it. But instead of jumping to conclusions, Clark suggests the real answers will come once Tyson steps back in the ring. That comeback performance will ultimately decide whether these doubts are justified or completely wrong.
I'm not saying what John said, but obviously I suppose he's in a position where he knows his son, he probably knows the best version of him, and he's probably looking at him now and just feels that it isn't. I think all questions will be answered on the 11th of April, won't they? And we'll see what he's got now. And
Simon Jordan delivers a sharp critique of John Fury, arguing that if the goal is to repair his relationship with Tyson Fury, then going public is the wrong approach. His point is blunt: airing family issues in interviews only escalates the situation and shifts focus onto himself rather than solving the underlying conflict. According to him, real reconciliation should happen behind closed doors, not in the spotlight, which only adds more fuel to an already volatile situation.
But there's other times when I've seen him on whether it's an act or curated or whatever, it's boorish, it's unpalatable, it's unpleasant. When you headbutt Ukrainians in front of Saudi royalty and behave yourself in a way that's not particularly appetizing, you get judged by it. So with due respect to the
John Fury once again raises serious doubts about Tyson Fury's decision to return, suggesting he has already achieved everything there is in the sport. John Fury questions the motivation behind the comeback, pointing out that Tyson is already a two-time world champion with nothing left to prove. Yet, despite acknowledging his son's elite ability, he openly wonders how much is truly left in the tank, especially against dangerous opponents, leaving the future of this comeback uncertain.
One punch in heavyweight division changes everything. Magwadov's capable of doing that. He's a big, strong man, as you can see. Tyson's an elite boxer, but what's he got left? I don't know. Because you'll only know when you get in that ring, and then it's too late. Let's just see. Tyson's not a stupid man. He knows what he's...
Johnny Nelson highlights the key factors in assessing Tyson Fury's comeback, emphasizing that while his speed and physical attributes may still give him an edge, the real question is how his movement and footwork have held up over time. Johnny Nelson stresses that at this stage of his career, there's no room for shortcuts in training, especially with younger contenders closing in and studying every weakness. This comeback isn't just about ability, it's about whether Fury can still perform at the highest level under pressure.
Just makes it's a perfect fight for him. Got the height, looks apart, he's strong. I think Tyson's hands will be too fast. I think Tyson, his feet are the thing what I want to see. I want to see how his feet have deteriorated, because it happens to everybody. So I just want to see what version of Tyson we get. He's out in Thailand training, so he's got to make sure he trains right. No cutting corners at this stage in your life. 37 years old. There's a lot of young lions knocking at the door, watching you. You're in a meal ticket, they're planning for you already. And I think Tyson
Peter Fury defends the capabilities of Tyson Fury, emphasizing that when he is at his best, he still has the skills to dominate at the highest level. Peter Fury makes it clear that Fury shouldn't be taking unnecessary risks, but also reminds everyone that his technical ability, movement, and ring IQ remain elite. The concern, however, lies in consistency, because even if the talent is still there, it's only effective if he can maintain that top-level performance.
Well, whether he can take him or not, he shouldn't be taking him, and he knows that. But when he's on his A game and he boxes, he can box, he ticks all the boxes, trust me. And he's exciting as well. And he does the right thing with this level of opposition, because he's walking through.
Spencer Oliver provides a more optimistic outlook on Tyson Fury, noting that he appears mentally focused and physically in decent shape after his training in Thailand. Spencer Oliver also points out that Fury remains a major attraction in the heavyweight division, bringing personality and excitement that the sport often needs. However, the real uncertainty remains his physical sharpness, particularly whether his legs and movement can still match his elite-level reputation once he steps back into the ring.
I think that mentally he's in a good place. Physically he looked good as well. He's been working well out in Thailand, and I sort of agree with Paulie. I think that he's he's a massive addition to the heavyweight scene. He has been over the last 10 years, and I think it's good to have him back. We need the characters. Look, are the legs still there?
Frank Warren expresses strong confidence in Tyson Fury's current condition, describing him as being in one of the best shapes he has seen in years, both physically and mentally. Frank Warren also acknowledges the challenge ahead, pointing out the danger posed by a powerful opponent with a high knockout ratio. Despite the optimism, the underlying message is clear. This is not an easy comeback fight, and Fury will be tested against an experienced and dangerous puncher.
Magnificent shape, best I've seen him in, to be quite honest, for a long time, and more importantly, mentally he's in a good place. And this is a big fight. He's in with a very, very experienced fighter who's a big man, big puncher. I think he's got a 90% knockout ratio. He's knocked out 17 of his opponents in the first round. So he can whack, and he's not phased about fighting over here. He fought recently over here and beat Dave Allen. And this is quite a tough comeback.
Liam Gough highlights a serious concern surrounding Tyson Fury's extended absence from the ring and the implications it could have on his comeback. Being out for 15 to 16 months is not a small gap, especially for a fighter whose style depends heavily on movement, timing, and rhythm rather than brute pressure. Liam Gough explains that unlike aggressive pressure fighters who can rely on instinct and conditioning, a boxer like Fury needs sharpness and ring activity to perform at his best. The longer the layoff, the more difficult it becomes to replicate fight timing, defensive reactions, and overall fluidity. This raises legitimate questions about whether Fury will return at the same level or if the inactivity will show early in the fight.
Tyson Fury has been out of the ring for well over a year now. By the time he gets back in the ring on April the 11th, he will have been out of the ring for well over a year. You're probably talking close to 15, 16 months. It's a long time, especially for someone who is more of a mover, more a boxer. It's not like a pressure fighter who can just...
Carl Frosch gives a realistic assessment of Tyson Fury, noting that while he appears relaxed and in decent condition, his physical appearance has always been unconventional compared to other heavyweights. Carl Frosch emphasizes that Fury's consistency in training is key, suggesting he has likely stayed active even during retirement phases. The focus now shifts to whether this maintained fitness translates into sharpness and performance when he finally steps back into competition.
Tyson's nice and relaxed. He's coming back. Again, after retiring, he's back out of retirement. We kind of knew it was going to happen. He seems in a good place. He seems quite happy. He's not out of shape. He's in his usual shape, which isn't great shape in terms of physicalities to look at. He's not good on the optics, but he's in shape because he's not 28 stone. is probably looking about 18.5 stone-ish, and he's in the gym. I don't think he ever really came out of the gym. He said he's been training twice a day.
Tyson Fury as a
since
major
his
boost for boxing, both in terms of excitement and competitiveness. He acknowledges that Fury's personality and presence have always made him a unique attraction in the heavyweight division, and his absence was clearly felt by fans and the sport as a whole. Lewis also points out Fury's genuine love for boxing as one of the driving forces behind his comeback, suggesting that it was only a matter of time before he returned. However, he remains cautious, recognizing Fury's unpredictable nature. While the comeback is welcomed, the real test will be how well he performs after time away, and whether he can still compete at the highest level against elite opposition.
I think it's a good fight, especially the return for Tyson Fury. I think the boxing public definitely missed him. And you know, like he said, he loves the sport so much. He came back, and you never really know with Tyson Fury. But there's one thing I did know when he retired, that he would be
Lennox
back.
Lewis continues his assessment by emphasizing that Tyson Fury still possesses the ability and skill set to make a meaningful impact in the heavyweight division. According to Lewis, Fury's boxing IQ and adaptability allow him to handle a wide variety of opponents, but the key challenge lies in maintaining motivation through consistent and meaningful competition. Without strong opponents or compelling challenges, it becomes difficult for any elite fighter to stay fully engaged. Lewis indirectly highlights that Fury's future success will depend not just on talent, but also on whether he chooses fights that push him to perform at his absolute best. His legacy could grow further, but only if he continues to face high-level competition.